be doing so much and running, and it just really dawned on me. It's the man that my mom was underage when she consumed me. Anyone who'd have been older.
15 and 22. Damn.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Now I can kind of see why he's probably not claiming it, because it looks bad on his reputation, because he has a history. Like if you look at like even Beyonce, like he was in his 30s and Beyonce was barely 19.
Look, when Jay signed his contract, the big one was with Beyonce. When he signed that contract, the marriage contract, he got trophies. Now those trophies, trophies came rolling in, buddy. He started getting Grammys left and right, man.
Jay-Z's alleged son, Rhymir Satterthwaite, just pulled off another major win. And guess who's stepping up to back him? 50 Cent. Yup, you heard that right. 50 has now officially offered to help Rhymir take Jay-Z to court. And this comes right after a judge gave Rhymir the green light to keep moving forward with his paternity case. Meanwhile, Jay's team is in damage control mode. Instead of just cooperating, Jay released a bizarre statement claiming Rhymir's been harassing him for years. Now his legal squad is going on the offensive, threatening to expose what they say are lies. But let's be real, DJ's dodging the one thing that could clear this all up, a simple DNA test. And here's where things start to get really shady. Word is the real reason Jay keeps avoiding that test may have to do with how young Rhymir's mother was when he allegedly got her pregnant.
Was she when you were born?
15 going on 16.
And everything saying that they had met. Now, how old was Jay-Z at the time?
I think like 22.
According to
Rhymir, his mother Wanda wasn't even 18 when 22-year-old Jay allegedly slept with her. Now people are asking, what is Jay really trying to hide? And the situation only gets messier. Y'all remember when Jay almost got pulled into that Diddy lawsuit after one of Diddy's accusers claimed both of them assaulted her when she was just 13. The case was dropped, but the accuser just resurfaced, saying she never took back her accusations. She says she only dropped the lawsuit because Jay allegedly sent private investigators to intimidate her into silence. And here's the crazy part. The media, dead silent. Not a word from TMZ, not even a whisper from the Shade Room. They won't touch anything that paints Jay in a negative light. Don't believe it? Go check their pages. You won't find a single post about Rhymir, zero coverage, even though this story's been blowing up online for weeks. It's the same thing they did with the Jane Doe case. Not one major outlet picked it up. Oh, and just last week, a judge tossed out Jay-Z's defamation lawsuit against Tony Busby, the same attorney repping Jane Doe. So yeah, it's looking real shady behind the scenes. Most bloggers won't touch this story, but you know who isn't scared. 50 Cent. He's been going off, recently clowning Jay for ducking the DNA test, and now insiders say 50 personally reached out to Rhymir and offered him his own legal team. Jay's clearly feeling the heat. His lawyers are scrambling, launching a full-on PR campaign trying to paint Rhymir as unstable. In documents filed June 16th, Jay-Z dismissed the latest lawsuit from Rhymir and Lily as nothing more than a continuation of years-long harassment. His legal statement reads, the fabricated allegations and claims have been addressed. But let's be honest, why spend thousands on lawyers and spin doctors when one cheap DNA test could make all this disappear?
I really do. And if it's not, why you can't prove me wrong? Like it's not far as a proving me wrong thing. It's go to the courtroom and basically do what everybody else would have to do. Like it's not, you don't have to prove me wrong. I just want the truth. Honestly, I can take a no. I can take, if I'm embarrassed at the end of the day, I can take that. I really can. I've been through a lot, I've seen a lot. I could take me being embarrassed. Like just can't take nobody not saying nothing. Like, you know, it's not fair.
That's what's got
everybody talking, because the math just isn't mathing. Now with Rhymir coming through with rock-solid receipts and 50 Cent backing him up, Jay might finally be out of options. Let's talk about 50's role in all this. Because he didn't just throw shade, he dove headfirst into the drama. First, he started trolling Jay on Instagram, pointing out how much RH and Jay look alike. But he didn't stop at memes. Insiders close to the case say 50 reached out to Rhymir personally and offered up his elite legal team to help him fight. Oh, and don't forget the cryptic IG post 50 dropped. A good lawyer knows the law, a great lawyer knows the judge. This could shift everything. Until now, Rhymir's case was buried, ignored like it never even happened. But ever since 50 stepped in, Jay-Z's legal team has been in panic mode, doing whatever they can to shut it all down before it explodes. Jay just filed new legal papers asking the judge to toss the whole thing. Docs obtained by Us Weekly show Jay claiming that Rhymir lawsuit is nothing more than another wave in what he calls decades of harassment. DJ's trying to make Rhy look like a chronic agitator. His filing insists these so-called false claims were already thrown out in previous courts, and even says Rhy's refusal to move on got him hit with a contempt of court order. But here's where it flips. Rhee's former guardian, Dr. Lily Kohley, a paralegal herself, clapped back hard. She says Jay's legal filing is packed with lies. Dr. Kohley made it clear this story isn't fiction. She says Wanda's affidavit has been on record for years and has never been retracted. That document is the whole reason Rhymir even believes Jay is his father. And as for that contempt order, Dr. Kohley says Jay is just plain wrong. She insists neither Rhymir, Wanda, nor herself has ever been held in contempt. But the real bombshell, Dr. Kohley said loud and clear, the question of Jay-Z's paternity has never been officially answered in court. Jay's lawyers might want to pump the brakes. This case is far from wrapped. Kohley didn't hold back. She wrote that there has never been a discovery hearing or final ruling to legally determine whether Jay-Z is Rhee's father. She says these facts keep getting swept under the rug in the public conversation. And then there's one more detail folks keep skipping over: how young Rhee's late mother Wanda was when she allegedly got pregnant by Jay-Z. Let's walk through the timeline. Rhymir first made headlines back in 2015, after it leaked that he filed a paternity suit against Jay-Z in 2014. He and Dr. Kohley filed the initial complaint, and from the jump, things turned shady in court. That case got thrown out almost immediately. According to Kohley, the dismissal happened because Jay-Z and his attorney, Lisa Fisher, allegedly submitted false and misleading information to the court. But Rhee didn't give up. In 2018, he came back swinging with fresh legal action, this time accusing Jay of hiding behind his fame and wealth to dodge a paternity test. And here's where it gets extra shady. Rhymir says he kept getting blocked in court because someone claimed his biological father had already been identified. But then he got his hands on his own birth certificate, and guess what? No father listed at all. And it didn't stop there. The real twist came when Rhymir discovered that some members of his own legal team were secretly communicating with Jay-Z's lawyers behind the scenes. In an interview with The Sun, Rhymir said he was robbed of a fair trial, blaming it on gross legal mishandling and straight-up malpractice. He also revealed that his mom, Wanda, first told him Jay-Z was his father when he was about 8 years old. Wanda said she and Jay had a quick fling back in 1992 at Jay's aunt's apartment. In the Brooklyn projects, she told Rhymir they used protection, but it failed. After that, Jay disappeared, and she had no way to contact him. By 2010, Wanda's health started to seriously decline. That's when Dr. Lily Kohley was granted full custody of Rhymir. Kohley later spoke to The Sun and dropped another bomb. Wanda got pregnant shortly after meeting Jay, and she was just 15 or 16 years old. Now buckle up because it gets even darker.
Somewhere in September, he was in a parking lot with other people near where he's at living now. And out of all the cars there, his was the only one shot up. So we believe that that was a nexus or a connection, I believe, between the case and what's going on, because it was around the time.
Jay-Z's attorney.
According to a 2018 lawsuit filed in Philadelphia, Jay-Z's attorney allegedly had Wanda sign legal papers while she was still hospitalized, recovering from a medicated coma. Those papers removed Dr. Kohley's name from the petition. The switch was reportedly made without proper consent and for shady, hidden reasons.
That we've had people come to my home in the past, driving on the grass. We have people knocking on the door at 4 o'clock in the morning. We've been through all of it, mostly around the filing time.
That move ended up getting the case tossed out of Philly court, and Rhee's family said they had never seen anything so blatantly corrupt. But hold on, it gets darker. When Rhee and Dr. Kohley sat down for an interview with Hip Hop News Uncensored, they dropped a bombshell. Rhee got shot after filing the lawsuit against Jay-Z. And that's not all.
A bigger picture than this. We want to try to make a difference with the Pro Se Act or the Legal Abuse Act, bringing new legislation and trying to sit down at the table with the lawmakers to make a difference. In addition to the fact, because, like you said before, Mr. Carter might not never do anything, and I'm sure he probably won't, but it ain't about him. This is about the system allowing things to happen that were very egregious and put our lives at stake in some regards. So I just wanted to say that that's what another reason why we were still going to the criminal stuff for the second time. This time the prosecutor's office locally did get involved, but everything is slow moving and things are happening, and it's corruption going on. The law says in New Jersey that if the person who resists to take the test is presumed the father. That's what the law says. Here in New Jersey, anybody who don't want to do it and go away from doing it or prevents from doing it is presumed the father. So right now, he's presumed the father. He's not even alleged.
Lily revealed that after the case went public, random strangers started popping up at her home, trying to intimidate her into staying quiet. She made one thing crystal clear: this isn't just about Jay-Z. According to Lily, this case is about exposing systemic corruption and pushing for change so the rich and powerful can't keep bending the rules to suit themselves. Meanwhile, Rhee isn't backing down. He's just filed an explosive new lawsuit, this time targeting the New Jersey court system and several judges, accusing them of secretly siding with Jay-Z for over a decade to block his legal claims. In that lawsuit, Rhymir and Dr. Kohley said Jay-Z even lied under oath, allegedly telling the court he didn't own any property in New Jersey, just to make it seem like the court had no authority over him. And now this thing's blowing wide open. Rhym's latest filing doesn't just come for Jay, he's putting judges, lawyers, and court officials on full blast, accusing them of working behind the scenes to protect Jay-Z for years. In the lawsuit, Rhym claims it's been a coordinated cover-up, and he's demanding a full-blown investigation into how every part of his case was handled from the very start. According to court records, Rhymir says powerful insiders used their pull to keep him from getting a fair shot. He's accusing judges of stalling rulings, ignoring key evidence, and even blocking his lawyers from accessing essential court documents. This isn't just about paternity anymore, it's turning into a fight for justice. That's pulling back the curtain on how influence and money can warp the system. And through it all, Dr. Kohley is standing firmly by Rhymir. She says this battle is no longer just about proving who Rhymir's father is. It's about exposing how deep the manipulation runs when celebrities have unlimited cash and clout. And let's be real, the fact that Jay-Z still won't agree to a basic DNA test, that alone says a lot.
Speaks volumes.
You know, I'm not a lawyer. They try to use all type of things, res judicata and all type of things to say, hey, whoever was on his birth certificate, that was the, you know what I mean? That was the dad. And that's not how the course works. So we did everything we had to do to, you know, show them that that wasn't. The person I was calling my pop took the DNA test. It was straight out there. Only other name was Jay-Z. He basically just sawed it and skedaddle. They try to use all this craziness to hold the case up, and I'm like, well, damn, if this was anybody else, I'm like, all right, the first 2 years.
They would have ordered them by now. They do that. Especially, like hey, take the test. Hell, in most cases, you can start drawing child support without a goddamn paternity. It makes them want to come to.
And now the public's finally waking up. More and more people are asking the obvious. Why has this story been buried for so long? And why is the media still staying silent on something this explosive? Because if Jay-Z really has nothing to hide, why not just take the test and end it all? With 50 Cent riding hard for Rhymir, the pressure is mounting fast. Word is, 50's now pushing for a full-on documentary to make sure the truth can't be ignored anymore. And if that doc drops, it could rock the entire industry and force people to finally confront what's been happening behind closed doors. This story isn't going anywhere. It's only getting louder.
Anything, if y'all felt like we was lying, why y'all ain't dismiss the case with prejudice? Why do y'all keep having us come in there and file and pay all this money and keep filing and filing for years? Why, if y'all didn't see anything wrong with the case, why is it not over? But the only thing I'm asking is, I don't want no money from you. You know, if you don't want to have that relationship, if it was true, that's just on you. You know, I'm just showing you that I'm fighting for what I believe in is right, and I want all the kids and everyone that come behind me. If you missing the parents, it's all about, sometimes that's all you need to know who your parents is. You don't need nothing from them. Close the book. It just helped me, you know, go on with my life and just be straight. It's not like I'm looking for anything, looking for you to bring me up where you at or bring me with your family and all. I still got my own family, but I just want you to be like, just think about it. Like, we could have got this, you know, over with, and through all this, I still respect you, even though I might not like you. I respect everybody.
I was gonna say, how do you view him now?
And it's like, and when I say I don't like you, it's not even it's just that I feel like, you know, y'all sit at the top and y'all forgot where y'all came from, and sometimes you got to bring yourself down to the bottom. You can't sit at the top and think all these, you know, I'm rich and all that, and if I go to court, this would affect this, and sometimes you just gotta get it over with. If you believe this wasn't true, it would have been over with, you know. And for you to let me just sit here and after all this, my mom passed away, and I'm not saying you physically, but dragging us to court and all that, not taking care of the problem, it's just, you let it happen. So it's like, you could have got this over with. If it wasn't true, we could have, you know, I would apologize. Y'all apologize in front of the world. Hey, it could have been done, but obviously it's something you hide.
But Rhym's team came through with the receipts. They uncovered property records and tax documents with Jay-Z's name, proving he did have property in New Jersey. Yet somehow, 6 different judges named in Rhym's most recent lawsuit still backed DJ's claim that he owned nothing there. According to Ari, these judges weren't just wrong, they were working with Jay to make sure his case never saw the light of day. Rhymir's legal filings say it flat out. Jay used his wealth, influence, and industry connections to twist the justice system, and that's why every attempt Rhym made to get a hearing got shut down before it even started. But this isn't just legal warfare anymore, it's turning dangerous. After Uri began publicly speaking out about the alleged injustice, his car was reportedly shot at by unknown individuals. Then things got even more disturbing. Rhymir and Dr. Kohley say I started getting followed in their own neighborhood. And in the middle of the night, random vehicles began pulling up on their lawn at 4 a.m.
Jay-Z got a son out in Philly. In my personal opinion, the reason why I feel like Jay don't want to take that paternity test is because it proves that boy mama was probably 15, 16 years old, and it gives credibility to the current circumstances that Jay-Z is in.
They're convinced all of it was meant to silence them, and they're directly pointing the finger at Jay-Z's camp. That's why Rhymir and Lily are now suing not just Jay-Z, but the entire court system and the judges involved, accusing them with violating their rights and blocking a young man's search for truth. They even sat down with Tasha K and once again confirmed Wanda was only 15 or 16, and Jay was 22 when the pregnancy happened. Rhymir also explained that the court tried to dismiss his paternity claim by saying the man on his birth certificate was the father, but he already took a DNA test with that man and it came back negative. And let's be clear, Rhymir says this isn't about money or clout. He said if it turns out Jay isn't his dad, he'll apologize publicly. But if the courts truly believed he was lying, then why didn't they dismiss the case with prejudice and close the book for good? And here's where it gets wild. People are now whispering that Wanda's young age might not even be the biggest reason Jay keeps dodging that DNA test. The real truth, it could be even darker. This story is nowhere near over, and it's only going deeper. So if you want to stay locked in on the updates the mainstream media won't touch, make sure to like, comment, and subscribe and share this video with everyone you know, because the world deserves to hear what's really going on behind the curtain.